All right, welcome back everybody to this continuing series on Factorio. So, this one is a little bit different because when I used Handbrake to compress the file, I forgot to add both audio streams. So it pulled out all my commentary. I didn't notice it till after I had deleted the original. So we're doing some post commentary on this one, and because of that I have basically sped the recording up to twice the speed, and so I'll just try to commentate through it at 2 times speed here. So what I was working on here is setting up the robot frame line. The initial piece was going to be a couple of gear assemblies which I've added, and a couple of pipe assemblies which I've added. And so we're waiting on building some more assemblies there. Yep. So these are going to be more pipe assemblies, I think. Yep. Because if you look at the ratios, it takes more pipe. So we're going to need a full line of pipes to, I believe, gears, 1 line of gears and 1 line of electronics. So I was debating on how I was going to handle the getting the gears down. And then I realized here in a second that there's a better way, like you often do in this game. Realize that, oh, you know what? There might be a better way to do what I just wanted to do there. So instead of taking the gears underground with a splitter and then around, I was going to bring them back to the right. I'm going to decide to change that up for maybe a more optimal solution here in a second. But I also had to figure out, because the gears are going to be loaded with something else. Now I'm bringing steel in. So the other thing I needed was steel. Oh, that's what it is. It's gears and steel. So this is the splitter application, which once you get the hang of it, it becomes quite easy to just split your main bus, with the underground pipes in between. And then we continue the bus on, except for whatever reason it's not working for me, and I know now because I have the I have the line facing the wrong way, up instead of down, which is why it didn't work. I saw an interesting, I've been watching other Let's Plays and stuff especially on games that I'm playing or thinking about playing, and I saw an interesting buffering application, which I think I'm going to try next time, which allows you to basically get a giant buffer of stuff going. So what I'm going to do here is, side load these. Although I didn't think I needed metal, or rather iron plates. That's side loading iron plates, and then I guess I'm going to bring the gears down separately. Those fast inserters are quite fast. Did I just set that up to output the pipes on the same? Yes. I set that to output pipes on the same line I was bringing the iron in on, and I'm guessing I'm going to change that in a second because I think I need twice as much pipe as anything else. Had my little conveyor belt box that was still working over there, taking some off. So we stocked up on conveyor belts. And then down here is going to be the output side. So it's going to pull in pipes. It's going to pull in iron plates, and it's going to pull in the steel to make engines. Eventually, I want to make the electric engines down below it, and then possibly flying frames. I'm not sure if they're going to go down here or not, but I want to get the robot stuff on. Because number one, I'm thinking it would make the moving ammunition around to the outside my turrets, especially as I start expanding the base. Moving the ammo around will be much easier if we have robots to do it. So here we're taking, I figured out, you know what? I need gears. I need pipes coming out of the pipeline. And I need gears. And I need steel. There we go. Yep, this game is all about redoing what you've done. I'm not sure if I've looked at the ratios yet, but I'm pretty sure pipes are 2-to-1 for this application. So eventually we'll bring them both down. There we go. I'm looking at the ratio now. So we'll bring the pipes around. I think we'll add a splitter here in a second, so that we can double up on both sides. And we're going to use a splitter as a combiner, because ultimately we want, as I've said, 2 pipes to every steel and gear. So this gives us a gear and a steel, every other one gear and a steel. It looks kind of weird on the screen there. And then we'll bring the pipes in behind. I'll either bring the pipes in behind, or I need to move those assembly factories down. I can't remember which way I go with it here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I put it on the far side, which is even smarter. It saves some space. So now we have the right ratio for all these factories, these assembly machines, to make engines for us. Also figured out well, I didn't figure it out, but I started using the shift right click. So if you shift right click on an assembly machine and then shift left click on an assembly machine, you will copy it. So shift right click copies. For instance, this is making engines, so you shift right click on one that's making engines, it copies, hey, I need to make engines. And then if you shift left click on any other assembly machines, it transfers the product over, so it'll make engines so you don't have to go through the menu every time. I think the more you play this game, the more of those shortcuts you need to go quickly. It's, because I guess the game is all about efficiency anyway. So now we've got our engine line going here. The engines take quite a while to make, so I probably didn't need the fast inserter. I definitely didn't need the fast inserters, because they take so long to make. It's overkill there. So the next thing I'm going to make, I think, is the electric engine. Yeah. So I need electric circuits and lubricant for that, which I have my electric circuits. So I'm debating branching the electric circuits off of the bottom down there. But eventually I decided to do something else, because just looking at it, looks like a lot of things use electronic circuits going forward. And so eventually I decide that I'm going to actually just take the electronic circuits over to the main bus and add it to would that be a fourth? I think that's a fourth line to the main bus, which is what eventually I will do. I think I'm hunting around for something here. I couldn't remember where it was. There we go, the robot frame, which will eventually need circuits and steel plate and batteries. And our defenses are holding up pretty well now. We got a lot of stuff researched. Doesn't look like Military 3 is going anywhere. I don't think that's a blue research, though. Maybe it's just real slow. I'll have to look that up. I wonder if I did any research at all during this game, or this particular session. You need lubricant, man. So right now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get the electronic circuits down to where I need them, because I had set up this line to take it up here, because I was originally thinking I would make this stuff up here, but I kind of crammed myself into a space there where I was in trouble. So right there what I had was just a kind of like a makeshift chemical plant to make flamethrower fuel. And I just had it set up real quick, but I didn't really need flamethrower fuel, and I certainly didn't need it being mass produced at the moment. So right now I'm trying to take the heavy oil down to where I'm going to make lubricant on the bottom. So I'm taking the heavy oil down to the bottom, trying to keep it underground as much as possible so that I don't have blockages that I'd have to run through later at some point. All right, here's it's a tricky area to get through. Yep, it's not going to be long enough, I can tell you. Come on. Past Captain Von Trapp, I already know. It's not long enough. You're going to have to go around it some other way. I think I just stopped recording there and then started again because I didn't want to put it all on camera. So eventually I found it. You could see down there, and then right below it, we just put it straight into a lubricant refinery. So we have heavy oil containers, and then they move into a couple of lubricant refinery containers. And then here I've added the electronic circuits to the main bus as well. And I have added the electric engine plants below. We just haven't finished the how we're going to use them there. So there you get a shot of the lubricant plant, chemical plants on the left. And if I need to use heavy oil for something else, I can tap off to the left over there and take it somewhere else if I need to. And I'm kind of to the spot where I haven't ventured further in this game, so I'm not sure exactly what kind of space requirements I need for everything going forward and how much to leave open. And it just makes it a little bit more difficult to plan, and kind of means you have to redo some stuff sometimes. So I figured out that this is not going to work because with this setup, I can't get anything off. I won't be able to get the electric engines out of the plants because I've blocked it off with those pipes. So I've got to go do something like I did up top with the sulfuric acid. So once again, back to the drawing board. We're going to have to go underground here under the conveyor. And move the power pole. Had a little tack down south there. But our guns make swift work. As long as they don't run out of ammo, they're going to continue to destroy the bugs. Yeah, now I'm just making this place where I can walk through here to make it a little easier. And I realize the lubricant plant's lost power. I'm sure I'll fix that here in a second. All right, and then we power those up. And I don't know why the wall is out of power there. And that's going to do it for this episode, folks. Thanks for hanging out and watching. We'll catch you next time.